Woo! Good morning, roll gang.
And welcome on into this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Running 4 minutes behind schedule, but at least we're here.
Better late than never. Here on the Weekday Make and Bake this morning.
Make and bake.
Making bacon for the baby.
Oh, we could do that sometime and make and bacon.
You want to make some bacon?
Not bacon, but
Yeah?
make something. Yeah.
We're going to make some bacon on this show?
Absolutely not.
Would you love to eat a piece of bacon on this show?
You know my feelings about bacon.
What if we have a special guest as bacon?
What do you mean?
Just a slice of bacon here on the show.
I won't eat it.
You won't, will you still be on the show?
I'll sit farther away.
Yeah? And
I'm
plug
not the
your
biggest
nose?
fan of bacon. I don't know what it is about me. I know that makes people really disappointed to hear and makes them wonder.
Yeah. Once upon a time, I made a piece of bacon and then I put it in a paper towel and I ran around my old house chasing Rachel with a piece of bacon.
Yeah, we were like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, and you ended up hiding under my sheets.
And I still don't like bacon, but I've gotten better around it. Like, you can eat it and I don't say a thing.
Yeah, bacon and beans. Bacon and beans.
Bacon and beans, my two nightmare foods.
Yeah. Mix them together and throw them at Rachel, and she'll beat you up.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. But we are back with a Stony Sports Report episode of the show. I am Prosesher Sky, joined by the beautiful host of the show, Prosesher _ Rach in the building.
Still, the name is in question. I'm still open to suggestions.
We need some good suggestions. Give Rachel your favorite ideas for her new Instagram handle coming soon. But we are gonna dive into some Stony Sports Report content. What we got on the docket today, Rachel?
Yeah, so this is the Stony Sport episode of the Wake and Bake. We are going to be going over fantasy football because it is becoming football season. If you didn't already know that, you can see we've got some representation here for the Titans, of course. And
for the boys.
Binks is excited about football as well.
He's very excited. Holy crap.
I am definitely a newbie when it comes to fantasy football. I obviously have heard about it. Do I know how to participate or what it is? No. All I know is you just pick people, put them on a team, and somehow you try to win money. And a lot of people don't win the money.
That's right. That's basically the entire game.
But like, I don't understand. So you basically pick people from different teams and put them on one. How does that team win if that team never plays together?
I love it. So basically, it's we're gonna go real quick over like the basic general rules, and then we're gonna help you with your fantasy draft by telling you the top 3 players in each of the fantasy football positions. And so basically, how it works is we're gonna cover. This is crazy. We're gonna cover 4 different positions because they're the most important in fantasy football. So regular football is like 11 on 11. You got the quarterback and their team trying to get the ball into the end zone, and you have the defense trying to stop them, right?
Yeah.
So fantasy football is all stats based. So based on how a player does in the real game, if a quarterback gets 500 passing yards, you get 500 passing yards worth of points. Okay. But if they only get 100 passing yards, you only get 100 worth of points. So say your facing off against your coworker. You have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback who threw for a ton of yards, and they had Marcus Mariota as their quarterback who threw for no yards. You're going to be likely to win that week because your quarterback scored more points than theirs.
So do you not have to say or guess how many they're going to do in the game? It doesn't matter. Whatever they perform during that game, you get if you put them down as a player on your team.
Exactly. If you think they're going to do good, play them. You know what I mean? If they're injured or if it's a bye week, bench them. And then, so basically you get to pick this team from players all around the NFL. And whenever you're in a face-off, you might have a team full of players from all different teams playing in all different games. And you can flick on the game, and depending how good your player's doing, you can be excited. You know what I mean? So say you have wide receiver Jamar Chase, and you're watching a Bengals game. We're not necessarily Bengals fans, but if you're playing Jamar Chase in fantasy this week, it's pretty lit every time he gets a catch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So basically, that's how it works.
Gotcha. So, are you making a fantasy football team?
Oh, we definitely will. We wanted, part of this episode, I wanted to pub up. We are going to try and do our very first ever Weekday Wake and Bake Fantasy Football League.
Ooh.
We're going to try to collect a couple role gangsters. Rachel's going to have her own team. I'm going to have my own team. And we're going to play for a bunch of flowers. Is that a good idea or what?
Wait, we're going to play for flower?
We're going to play for flower, that's right. Probably put like a QP on the line of some very fresh, delicious cali weeds. And we are going to collect all the players we need. Give a little shout out, pub this up for the next couple weeks. But please let us know in the comments section and more importantly, the DM if you would like to participate. We're not going to have a buy-in or anything. Just would love for your participation on the shows whenever we give updates on the fantasy leagues. And then also, absolutely would love to play this season with y'all. Love all the role gangsters and super excited for this year's fantasy football league.
Yeah, and I've never done it before, and this sounds like a really fun, great way for me to first start out and try playing fantasy football. So that's exciting for sure. QP is not a small
amount.
Small amount, you know. That's pretty good. We do have one comment from AxelBoss25 asking if we've smoked the pop cones yet. And we did. I smoked it with my coworker. We have a couple saved. I wanted to bring them with me when we go down to Florida this upcoming next week. I feel like the banana cream popcorn would be perfect in that environment. So we will definitely put it on that show whenever we're down there for sure. So keep your eye out for that.
Absolutely. Shout out to pop cones. These cones with a little extra pop of flavor.
Just wait till you guys see. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and also major shout out to the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool helping me to roll up this dime that I'm about to spark. And Oaksterdam University, where Rachel and I got all of our cannabis knowledge. You want to tell them real quick about Oaksterdam?
Oaksterdam University is the very first cannabis college and one of the best places to go to get your knowledge if you want to educate yourself a little bit more on the plant, the way it affects you, or even the industry that is absolutely booming here in Nevada and all over the country right now. You can get your foot in the door and you can use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off of your tuition, whether that's in person or online.
Damn straight. So let's get on into... Whoa, this is heavy. Let's get into the coughing, apparently. Holy shit. So, it is officially So the NFL preseason is fantasy football draft season.
Okay, so when all of them are at their boot camps doing all that stuff, everyone's watching the stats to pick their people.
Exactly. So nothing's really happened yet, but you can kind of see which players are going to be doing good or bad based on their training camps.
Do you know of any players that were expected to do really, really good and they're doing really bad?
Well, every year they're like that. You know, most of the time it's not necessarily someone doing good that's doing bad, but people get hurt.
Yeah.
And big example of this, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Joe Burrow, is going to miss almost all of training camp with a calf strain. So,
I didn't hear about that.
And that's the type of information, you're exactly right, fantasy players focus on. That's important for sure, because is he going to play hurt this year? Is he going to be able to get time to warm up? But that's kind of this ramp up period, and like fantasy football drafts are sometimes the most fun part. You get to sit down with all your friends and like...
There's like fantasy football draft parties and stuff, like just to sit there and put their picks in. What's like the most amount of money you can win from this?
I mean,
like,
it all depends on how much you put down.
I was going to ask, so you have to put money down in order to win. It's not like you can just put in your bets, like who you think's going to win, and then they reward you.
I did a $1,200 buy-in before for a $10,000 fantasy league. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I did.
Did you win?
I didn't. I came in fourth. But it was fucking crazy. I basically got sponsored to play. I didn't actually pay my buy-in, but what I did do was every single week I had to post and publish rankings on all the different positions that you play in fantasy. So in your fantasy draft, you're focused on 4 positions that you start. And then basically you have anywhere from 7 to 9 starting players and a 6 or 7 person bench. You know what I mean? So you have a 16-round draft. You draft people from all different teams that you think are going to do well, and then you start them in a lineup. And this morning, we put the top 3 players from all the different fantasy positions that you should target in your draft because they are going to ball out this season. We'll go through them one at a time, kind of highlighting the players themselves. You want to start them off?
Absolutely. So, the top 3s, I mean, you can definitely guess what the first position will be. Quarterback. So coming in at number 1 on at least Sam's watch top 3 list, is that what you're...
Yeah.
Just like yours? We've got Patrick Mahomes at number 1. 2 is Lamar Jackson. And 3, Jalen Hurts.
And basically, so you only get to start 1 quarterback. You know what I mean? You get to start 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, sometimes even 3.
Can you rotate? Like, you just pick one person and not 2 person for the whole entire time?
You can rotate, but each week you pick your starting quarterback. But since there's only 1, I normally suggest only draft 1 quarterback. You know what I mean? I don't really have a backup quarterback. I target one that I really like, that I'm going to stand by, and I go for it. Because since there's no 2 slots, you can't start a second quarterback. If you have another quarterback that's good, you wasted that draft spot.
That's true.
But Patrick Mahomes...
Yeah, I mean, he definitely deserves to be there. He is the one with the newest, shiniest ring on his finger from the previous season. So I 100% realize why he's on that list.
Yeah, he's going to score the most fantasy points for quarterbacks. But then number 2 and 3 show you a little of the strategy about fantasy football. They might not be as good as Joe Burrow or Josh Allen, but Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson run the football. And you get extra bonus points in fantasy football if your quarterback not only passes it, but also adds on some rush yardage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who does Lamar Jackson play for again?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens, okay.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts is the Eagles.
Yep.
We know that.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Former league MVP Lamar Jackson and Super Bowl runner-up Jalen Hurts. But both of those quarterbacks will not only add you passing stats for your team, but it's 4 points for a passing touchdown. It's 6 points for a rushing touchdown. So that little extra kick that you're going to get for the 10 rushing touchdowns Jackson and Hurts are going to get,
add up.
It adds up for sure. What's the next position we got pumping?
We've got the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, the King, Derrick Henry. Then number 2, we have Christian McCaffrey.
Yep. Come on, you got
I
that.
didn't know. And we have 3. Is that Bryce?
Yeah.
Why does it look
Brees.
like Brees?
Yeah.
Brees Hall.
Yeah. So, Derrick Henry, the King, the Tennessee Titans' very own. The Titans feed him the ball. With running backs, it kind of comes down to touches. How often is your guy gonna get the ball? Mm-hmm. You want to draft players that are gonna get the ball because they can't score points if they don't have the ball. So Derrick Henry,
Yeah.
the King.
Just watch some of his film.
Yeah.
Just watch 2 minutes of it. You'll see why he's up there.
Yeah, and he gets the ball every time. And then Christian McCaffrey adds a lot of receiving yards.
What team's he on?
The San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
They spend a lot of money on him. They're going to use him.
So he's new this year on that team.
Last year, mid-season trade.
Okay.
So kind of like halfway through last season.
All right. Sorry,
But then Brees Hall. Brees Hall was a rookie last season who got hurt for the Jets. I just feel like Aaron Rodgers being on the Jets going to open so much up for Brees Hall. And we have one of Aaron Rodgers' wide receivers as well on here. What's the next list?
So we have the running backs. What? Wide receivers. Oh my gosh, we just did that one, of course. We have the wide receivers. We have Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, we have Justin Jefferson.
Shout out Zach, Minnesota.
And number 3, we have Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's the guy for the Jets. Another rookie from last year that is probably going to explode with the addition of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Garrett Wilson was playing really well, catching passes from like nobody last year. And Aaron Rodgers, his new quarterback, going to be throwing the ball all over the yard. Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, the running back. And then you got to love the fact that Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson were teammates in college. And now they're the best 2 wide receivers in the league, playing for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. They're going to score a lot of fantasy points this year. And last but certainly not least, the tight end position. So similar to quarterback, you only start one. You know, a lot of fantasy football is running backs and wide receivers. Target those 2 first. But the tight ends are important as well. Who do we got here?
We have at the number 1 spot, Travis. Is it just Kiki?
Kelce.
But that does not look...
You don't know Travis Kelce?
No, I do. That's why I was like, that does not look right. Travis Kelce, of course I know who that is. Another one from the Chiefs with a ring on his finger. So that's pretty big for a number 1 spot. Then we have Kyle Pitts and Darren Waller.
Hell yeah. Just some new blood on the list. Kyle Pitts, massive tight end for Atlanta. And Darren Waller played for Las Vegas last year. Has a new uniform. New York Giants tight end, Darren Waller.
Going from Las Vegas to the New York Giants to nonstop sun to snow.
Cold. Yeah.
Oh.
Craziness.
I wonder how that's going to affect players, you know? Like, I think about those things. Someone that lived in Las Vegas, they'd normally train in warmer conditions year round and then going to play somewhere that's super cold all the time, their body.
Yeah. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah. Hope you guys have amazing luck in your fantasy football draft. I hope you get all of our top 3 players.
And we will definitely be talking a little bit more about that little giveaway we want to be doing alongside of the fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
So
we need 6 to 8 other players. Not 6 to 8, 6 or 8. So let's fill those up quick. We are going to play for a QP. That's right. And hit us up in the DMs if you want to join. Would absolutely love to hear from y'all. Shout out to Axel Boss. Let's go Titans. No way. The pop cones are super lit, but shout out to everybody tuning in on all the streaming platforms, and great luck to everyone in their fantasy football drafts coming up. We have you covered here on the Weekday Wake and Bake. We're going to have our own league and cover that one too, so that'll be a lot of fun.
We can't wait. We will see you tomorrow for another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Have a great one. See you then.
Canon News Thursday tomorrow. Mwah. Love you, Roll Gang.